look at it though, because this has happened. I'm curious to see what Neven has to say about it. You know, it's a 20-minute video of Neven kind of like talking about IronMouse overreacts. Is this why VTubers are seen as awkward? Well, when it comes to VTubers in general, a lot of people are socially awkward at the end of the day. But I'm curious to hear what Neven has to say. This video was posted like 3 days ago, so I'm kind of curious on it actually.
Hi, it's Neven here.
I like her content,
the Streamer
to be honest.
Awards
I really
happened
do.
a few days ago, and there were a lot of really funny moments in my opinion. But something also happened that was pretty dumb, and I think it really impacts the VTuber community and in general how VTubers are seen in the streaming community. That was an interaction between IronMouse and Rakai and Ray. If you don't know who they are, they're part of the AMP group along with Kaisenat, Agent, Duke, Phantom, and many more successful streamers. Before I show you guys the interaction, let me first show you what IronMouse said before that.
I also saw a tweet about me talking to Rakai and Ray. And a lot of people were saying that I'm basically...
Yeah, she doesn't really know about
trying
social
to
cues or
appeal
social
to
anything,
people,
to be
appease
honest.
people, fit in with
Because she hasn't,
people,
you know, because she's
that
been
I'm
sick for a
trying
long
to,
time,
you know,
so...
bending over backwards for people, which that is so untrue.
That's a thing that you have to, like,
no
learn
idea.
naturally,
You have no
you know?
idea
So.
what I went through in that moment. So let me explain to you. And I'm here with Rob.
Yeah,
and we're
yeah, of
walking,
course, you know.
getting ready to go to our
Like,
seats,
I also
and I
don't
get
interact
rushed
with
by
many people
Rakai.
IRL.
Wait, she says I'm here with Rob, we're getting ready to go to our seat. But wait, she's on a tablet. How exactly is she going anywhere? I honestly think it's cringy to say something like that when you're sitting or lying at home. I have nothing against IronMouse. I know she's disabled and I respect that. But saying we're getting ready to go to our seat in that context just feels awkward to me.
With Rob, and we're walking, getting ready to go to our seats, and I get rushed by Rakai and Ray. I will tell you 100%, I was very uncomfortable to the point where I was shaking because I already knew that I was gonna get
I don't
asked
even know who the
something
Clover Boys
terrible.
are.
You know what bothers me about what she said here? She mentioned that she got
Why do I
rushed by
feel-
Rakai
why do I
and
feel
Ray,
this
and
girl's
as
talking
soon
about,
as she
to
saw
a
them,
voice
she
changer,
knew
not
that
IronMouse?
they were going
No,
to
she
say
doesn't have a
something
voice
rude to
changer.
her, and that feels kind of racist in a way.
I was gonna get asked something terrible.
Even then, I get the same thing too as well. They say that I'm like a, what is it, a 50-year-old guy or so from Uganda using a voice changer. I get that often too as well. So it's a running gag that's been there for quite a long time. I just kind of like make fun of it, to be honest. I just kind of make fun of these people in general.
I knew that they were gonna say something rude to me, because I just know. I know it. Because I'm used to it. Because I already know what people think. And I already know how people treat VTubers. When a person asks me a stupid question, I give them a stupid answer. That's what I have to say. They asked me what I look like. So I gave them the dumbest answer that I could give them. I was incredibly uncomfortable. I wanted to get out of there. I did not want to talk to them because I knew they were going to ask me very invasive questions. They asked me the dumbest
Oh no, not from Uganda. Ghana. My bad.
question. So I gave them the dumbest answer. And I was trying to be cordial. I was trying to
I just
kind of
like make fun of it, to be honest.
It wasn't me
Or just kind of
trying
like,
to appease
you know,
anybody.
if people comment or something, be like, yeah, I am a 50-year-old man from Ghana, but you want to know something? They still love me at the end of the day.
It was just me answering in a stupid fashion to get them to leave me alone. After that exchange and we left, I was visibly shaken, and I was with Rob, and I had multiple people come up to me and be like, wow, Mouse, you handled that so well. You handled that so well, Mouse.
Well, if she said the interaction with them left her uncomfortable and visibly shaking, let's take a closer look at that moment.
Oh, is that that's IronMouse. Oh. What's the word? Oh, what's the word?
Hey, IronMouse.
How you doing? Post me. Oh, wait, where you at?
What?
Where you at?
I'm in my house.
Oh, okay.
IronMouse, you are a legend. Yo!
Haha.
Thank you.
What's up?
What's up?
Wait, quick question. Name, I don't feel me.
Yeah,
Name,
no questions out of you today.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No questions out of you.
Yeah.
Ask me anything you want.
Okay, bet.
Okay, I got a question.
How you look in real life?
Whoa. That is
I don't look
everything?
in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, ugly. That's why I'm a VTuber, duh.
Ah, you're right.
I got a question. Are you black or white?
I'm Latina. I'm Puerto Rican.
Oh, caloque.
Is
Yeah.
Peanut technically a VTuber?
You want to know something? I give him props trying to control these two, honestly. Because I know for a fact, well, it didn't, not for me, right? But like, I'm just listening from Asmongold Gold specifically, right? Kids, well, I think kids in this day and age, I think it's like the second generation, not the first generation of kids, right? These are considered second generation. These specific kids are gonna be wild and chaotic. So expect them to have that specific personality when it comes to like interacting with people in general. While other people, specifically the first generations, they're not really like this. There's like a difference between like the first generation and the second generation when it comes to like the streamers kind of like mentality, or the streamer kind of like lifestyle, because these are kids. These kids are younger, like way younger than me, so I'm like way older than them, so we were raised completely different. If I acted like this or so, for a shadow of a doubt, my mom would break down the fucking door and will beat the shit out of me for acting this way towards somebody. That's all I gotta say.
VTuber or not?
Am I technically a
No,
VTuber?
Peanut.
Oh, man, he's a fucking VTuber. What the fuck?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Alright, nice to meet you, IronMouse.
All I saw in the video were hyperactive 17-year-old kids, and that's usually what I see in their streams.
Yeah.
The fact that they're at the event also raised the energy levels. I'm not saying that they didn't act a little silly, but they're 17.
Yeah.
They're 17. Who
course.
wasn't a little silly at that age? In this clip, you can see
Berkaya's in his own league of crash out. He makes his gen looks bad. Really? I've never seen him crash out, but I wouldn't be surprised, if he crashes out very insanely or something. Not my type of content, of course, but I'd be very curious within like 10 years from now if he changes, I'd be very curious on that.
that Ray wants to ask her a question, but then he says never mind. Then Agent tells him no questions today.
Yeah.
After that, IronMouse says you can ask me anything you want.
That's the thing itself. IronMouse is the one that invited him to ask the question. I'm like, if you were feeling uncomfortable in that situation, right? The first thing in your head, right, would be like, not really invite them to ask you questions or whatever questions, that they're gonna ask you. Because, she says like, I know for a fact they're gonna ask me some dumb questions, so I gave them a dumb answer. I'm like, so then why did you even invite them to ask you a dumb question to begin with, That's kind of like it, That's kind of like generally the gist of it, so.
Yeah.
Ask me anything you want.
When you say something like that, and then someone asks you the most common question VTubers get, what do you look
It is a
like?
common
And you say
question.
that the interaction left you visibly shaking. I'm sorry, but I have a problem with that. 1, you told them to ask you anything. 2, that is the most common question VTubers get. Out of curiosity, people
Yeah, he's
want
older
to
than
see what the
Rakai.
VTuber
Rakai is
looks
younger.
like in real life. It's normal, so I believe that in the 8 years or so that
Yeah, I
you've
like
been
Neven. I like her
streaming,
content.
you've probably been asked this question numerous
think I'm
times
subscribed to her.
before.
Hopefully I
Ray,
am,
they're
actually.
17,
I'm sorry
and
if
you're
I'm
in
not,
your
actually.
late 20s, right? Why are you getting so worked up over 2 kids who are just excited to talk to you? You have over 7,000 viewers every time you stream. 4, you're at home, so framing this as bullying feels unnecessary and makes the situation seem exaggerated.
Yeah.
5, your answer that you're a VTuber because you're ugly. You chose to respond this way. There were many other ways you could have
Yeah.
reacted, but you chose to focus on this narrative. 6, Rakai.
You know what I would say? I'd be like, well, how do I look like? I'm a 50-year-old man or so from Ghana using a voice changer. You know it. And it's the truth. It's the truth.
called you
People
a
caught
fucking
on to me.
legend. So why react like this over something so simple? If you're considered a legend, you would expect a bit more composure in handling basic questions, right? I don't believe in cyberbullying. I believe if someone is bothering you online, you can just disconnect. Here, you were connected via Discord, and based on your response, it didn't even seem like it bothered you. You could have told them at any moment that you don't want to answer that question, or you could have just disconnected. Why make such a big deal out of it? They didn't want to make you feel bad. It's a shame you chose to react this way because, again, they were just kids who you told it was okay to ask you a simple, basic question, and they were just joking around. Now let's take a look at how the internet and other streamers reacted to this.
Okay, I got a question.
How you looking?
He's like, oh no, bro. Like, no, bro.
In real life?
Out of
In
everything?
real life?
Yeah.
Oh, ugly. That's why I'm a VTuber, duh.
Ah, you're right.
I got a question. Are you black or white?
I'm Latino and Puerto Rican.
Whoa!
That was a pretty ridiculous question to ask, to be honest. Are you black or white?
It's so funny.
I probably would be laughing if someone asked me a question like that, to be honest. Yeah, the incident that happened at the Streamer Awards.
I love this, man. I think it's fucking hilarious.
It is pretty funny, I'll be honest with you.
Jesus Christ. Just...
Is Peanut technically a VTuber?
Nice
Yeah.
to meet you, IronMouse.
Dude, bringing in two kids that have no filter
Yeah.
in an industry that is surrounded and propped up by lies it's like a knife through hot butter. It just goes right through them, man. Nobody's ready for it. We need to stop expecting all these like young kids to act like professionals. And also, I mean, they're not like, do you think
They
these
are
guys
kids
had
at the
bad
end of the day.
intentions?
Nope.
Really? You think they really had bad intentions?
Nope.
No.
No, obviously not. They're trying to micromanage and like fucking control some kid. Holy shit, it's so weird, man.
Yep, he's right.
When a person asks me a stupid question, I give them a stupid answer. That's what I have to say. They asked me what I look like, so I gave them the dumbest answer that I could give them. I was incredibly uncomfortable. I wanted to get out of there. I did not want to talk to them because I knew they were going to ask me
Well, they're
very
not
invasive
professionals. You
questions.
expect kids to be
After that
professionals?
exchange and we left, I was visibly shaken.
Come on, bro. Listen, you can't be hate farming these niggas. IronMouse, how you gonna hate farm these niggas? Cause they asked you what you look like in real life. That's a question we all got.
Yeah.
You should be like,
That's
okay,
right.
you said what you
It's a
said, but
common
don't
question
come on
that
here and
people
hate
ask.
farm niggas. That's crazy. What?
I knew that they were gonna say something.
Oh my god,
rude.
Ice Poseidon reacted to this?
Because I just know.
Why? Because they're black?
It reached
Oh,
all the way
shit.
to Ice Poseidon?
Well,
God
and
damn,
one
dude,
is
that's
Asian
crazy.
that wants to be black? Is that what the reason is?
Holy cow, it
You're
reached
saying
all the
that
way to
you
him.
were judging them before they even opened their mouth because they were black, okay? Sorry, but guess
I don't know
what?
about that one, to
They
be
at
honest.
least have the balls to show themselves in person.
I know.
Oh, shit.
I know it. I know it. Because I'm used to it. Because I.
Why do you think they were trying to rush you? Because Asians are bad drivers and blacks always rush people to DMV? No! You're just... What's
This
the
guy's
word?
trolling so
Racist?
hard, to be
Falling into
honest.
stereotypes, thing.
I already know what people think.
Okay, I see. I mean, I called it. I thought so too.
Or VTuberists, I don't know, you can't ask them what they look like. You're just supposed to just talk to the fucking screen and just not think they're human. I don't fucking know. Or like, I don't know, bro. So that's where you made a mistake, Ray. You asked someone what they look like when they say you can ask them anything,
Oh my
bro.
god, so insulting, man.
Yeah.
Is Peanut technically?
Is that it's the problem is that IronMouse is saying that she felt the most uncomfortable way or so that these people bum rushed her to ask her stupid questions. That's the problem. But then when you look at the clip specifically, they didn't really bum rush her, and they didn't ask stupid questions. She invited them to ask questions, and he asked a simple question of saying, "How do you look like?" That's it. That is literally is what happened. That is literally the term in layman's terms is what happened between the interaction. IronMouse invited them to ask a question, and then literally he asked the question, and that's about it. And then she got on stream and said specifically that she felt uncomfortable, she was shaking, and all of this other stuff, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the problem is when you see the clip, which is this clip specifically, you don't really see anything, you know? In short, she got uncomfortable by a situation she got into herself, but doesn't want to take accountability. It is kind of basically it, honestly. Like, I don't hate IronMouse at the end of the day, right? Like, why would I hate her? I still support her at the end of the day. The problem is like, she needs to learn a little bit more social cues. Because, you know, like, I'm not gonna hate her or anything like that, right? She's been bedridden for a long time, so she doesn't really know a lot of specific social cues in general. I doubt that she's looking on the internet of like different behaviors and all this other stuff. She's probably busy mostly streaming all the time, taking care of her content, you know, talking to her team or people in general for video editing and stuff like that, hanging out with her friends and stuff like that specifically, right? Like her specific friend group, right, with Connor and everything. But I doubt she doesn't really know like anyone like outside the space of like, you know, of her own bubble that she created, you know. I've hated that creature for 7 long years. What, you hate IronMouse? Just say that I hate IronMouse. Just say that, bro. I don't hate her either, and honestly, I respect this amount of awareness, awkwardness from all VTubers. Yeah, you know, I don't blame you if you think all VTubers have like this weird awkwardness, social and like kind of like interaction that they have like that they don't have specifically. And it's like I don't blame you at the end of the day, you know. Specifically like for me, I don't really have that much. Like, yeah, I am quiet. Like, I'm quiet when I'm meeting some new people and stuff like that, right? But if someone begins to talk to me and everything like that, I start talking to them, and you know, we get a good conversation, and then, you know, I start literally just talking a lot in general. So to the point that it becomes a good quality fun time with that individual, and specifically with me. So that's kind of like basically it, though. The problem is like it's like the issue is like she doesn't really know, you know, which I don't blame her. I don't fault her. I don't do, you know, I'm not gonna hate her or anything like that. It's just she just needs to grow and learn social cues. That's it, you know. Oh, I don't know about that, Chief. Send this bow stand to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, VTuber.
Bro, she's laughing. Yo, get the fuck. Yo, come on, bro. Let me tell you something.
This is the reason why they won't take
VTubers
VTubers serious
either. The little community seen how she was being cordial, laughing, and cool.
VTubers will always get hated on anyway, so
whatever the fuck type of community she got.
But I don't hate these guys, you know. They have valid, you know, they have valid criticisms and valid opinion at the end of the day.
So. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro.
As somebody
by
who's
the way, do you guys remember that Hassan shocked his dog? Anyways, moving on.
It's always Hassan's fault. Fucking terrorist.
I don't understand why we're treating IronMouse like she's a child. I don't understand why we're treating IronMouse like she couldn't have defended herself or like she didn't have an out. I think this whole culture of being overprotective of women and claiming that they're like brain dead, defenseless retards does a lot more harm than good, and actually causes a lot of men a lot of issues when every interaction with a man and a woman is underneath a fucking magnifying glass, trying to figure out, was she uncomfortable? Did he go within 5 inches of her? Did he make eye contact with anything below the neck? I'm pretty sure that was rape, guys. Like, can we all just calm down with this shit? She's on an iPad.
Yes.
She's 30 years old, and she's being talked to by 2 children. And I want to remind you, Rakai said, "You're a legend." Rasian Boy said, "I want to ask you a question." No, I shouldn't. Agent said, "Good idea." And then IronMouse said, "No, you can ask me anything you want."
Yeah.
That's right.
The bitch invited it herself. The kid even realized in his own head that he shouldn't say that. And
Yeah.
then IronMouse
Yeah.
said, no, you should.
Yeah. That's basically
Yes,
what
she did.
happened.
Come on, guys. If you were defending IronMouse right now, and if you were saying that they're in the right now, you are clout driven or you are retarded. Pick one. Call it.
Call it.
There is no other take besides that.
Ugh, Jesus.
Two little kids say, what race are you? What do you look like to a VTuber? Oh my God, they sexually assaulted her. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. So many fucking pussies, it's unbelievable.
Too many pussies. But seriously, he's fucking right. Fucking W Tactone. In this video, Ray apologizes to IronMouse. There are a few videos,
Yeah, we saw
so
this clip.
we will
We saw
go
this clip
through
too
all
as
of them.
well.
So I'm not doing all that. And shout out to IronMouse. You're a cool guy. And I don't know. You probably just don't like us. But it's cool though. But if you don't like us, shit, bro. You don't got to talk to us. You don't got
It
to
is
talk
her
to
fault,
us.
you know, at the end of the day.
Nah. I'm sorry. I wait up to you. Yeah.
I know,
that's
it's
my
been a
bad.
while
That's my
since
bad. That's
Tectone
my
has
bad.
come back. Hopefully he
Nah,
comes
if I
back,
got you,
to be
if I
honest.
got you,
I missed that
feel
bald man on my timeline,
some
you
type
know?
of way, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's all I got.
I miss him.
Nothing crazy, bro. At the end of the day, we still good. We still here. We still streaming. We still live life. I just blessed. I wake up today, bro. Man, fuck all that. I wake up today, bro. You feel me?
I miss my bald, icky man.
So I'm not doing all that. And shout out to Aaron.
You
Do I
can
agree
barely
with everything he
understand this
says?
guy,
Not
but
really.
sure. There's another clip. Let's watch this one.
Yo, recently it just a lot of shit going on, bro. I feel like I'll probably take a day off.
You know the shitty thing about it specifically too? He probably in some sort of way, like he actually did respect IronMouse. Maybe he does know IronMouse in some sort of thing or so. But now this interaction specifically that just happened right now is gonna have a very bad stigmatization in his mindset because of this, you know? It's kind of shitty, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna have a very, very bad stigmatization about it. And it's kind of gonna reflect throughout the entire like VTuber community, because like everyone's gonna be thinking, oh, you know, you're probably the same as this person, you know, these other famous VTubers, you know. It's kind of shitty or so. Like honestly, I don't blame him. I generally don't blame him specifically if he actually thinks that way. But yeah, it's a very unfortunate situation, you know. It kind of sucks. We are witnessing XQC Part 2, but instead of it being Doki Bird, it's IronMouse. It could happen like that. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, because it does make him. I wouldn't be surprised if later down the line he starts hating VTubers now because of this situation itself, you know. I don't know. It sucks. It just generally just kind of sucks, you know. So.
I'll probably妈的，那个他妈的10秒是看你的机，让我他妈的，让我都不会讲话了。妈的，我现在只能讲中文，因为妈的。
What is he saying? He's speaking Chinese, right?
他妈到底是我他妈做了什么东西？我他妈做了什么东西？这整有 reason。
What is he saying? Wait, there's probably someone in the comments translating this because I have no fucking idea. It says Ray tried to say we'll take a break from streaming, but kept stuttering, which made him crash out.
No,
in
we're just
Mandarin.
talking about the situation of like somebody just
that
hating
fucking
somebody.
girl is
That's
giving
about
me
it, and
headache.
wouldn't change
Fuck
their
you.
perspective in
Oh,
any
that
sort of nature, you
translation.
know?
Fuck your mom.
The translation here. I can only speak wow. Yeah, see? There it is, right there. This right here, cause he said it in Mandarin, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if he actually starts hating VTubers now. I would actually not be surprised if he actually starts hating VTubers at this point. And at this point moving forward that he'll start hating VTubers now, so. What a terrible time, to be honest.
What the fuck, bro? Okay, good to know. So there's another video where he's wearing a Santa hat. That's cute. Let's see if it's a real apology to something that wasn't really serious, but sure.
Everything straight positive. IronMouse, we like you. You're cool. You're a cool person. And I just hope next time you stream, just be. Yeah, let me calm down. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, bro. At the end of the day, it's still love, bro. The streaming world is still love, bro. But next time, I don't want to see you, okay?
Oh,
that makes sense.
I don't want to see you again. This is all I gotta say.
Yep, there it is.
Whoever clip,
there it is.
There's no more. Please send no more clips of IronMouse in my
he's
chat.
talking to his
and I
chat.
will not react to anything IronMouse, and I will not watch an IronMouse stream. I will not react to anything.
There
clip,
it is.
Any IronMouse clip. I mean, I just did. But after the whole shitload, I will not react to any clip of IronMouse. And that'll be all. Shout out to you, IronMouse. You're a very cool person, bro. And I apologize for making you uncomfortable. Okay?
So stupid. That is so
it's
stupid.
It kind
so
of sucks,
stupid.
to be
Now
honest.
let's watch Rakai response to IronMouse
Oh,
after she
God,
felt
Rakai.
uncomfortable when
Oh,
he talked to her
Jesus.
at the Streamer Awards.
I was very uncomfortable to the point where I was shaking because I already knew that I was gonna get asked something terrible. I knew that they were gonna say something rude to me.
I'm stopping right there. Bitch, be for real. I'm saying it for the rest of the day, bro. Bitch, be fucking for real, my nigga.
Oh shit.
How the hell? How the hell do you feel uncomfortable if you're not even... Homies, chill, bro. Let me chill, bro. All right, let me talk about.
He's not wrong.
I do feel it's kind of shitty. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
chill.
He's trying
Yo, yeah, bro. I'm kidding about, bro. Nah, fuck that! How the hell are you uncomfortable when literally she told us, she said, ask me anything. She said, ask me anything, bro. And listen, I came to her because I actually look up to IronMouse, okay? I say, yo, IronMouse, you're a legend, bro.
He called her
You're a
that.
legend.
Yeah, so I assume these guys know exactly who IronMouse is to some degree, right? And then after this interaction, they don't want to interact with her anymore. So that's it's a problem. And the worst part about it specifically too, they have a big following. And now their followers are gonna be like, you know, yeah, fuck VTubers, you know, yeah, fuck them. They're all a bunch of weirdos, you know, they're all trying to like, you know, hey, you know, spread misinformation and shit, make you look bad and all this other stuff, you know. It's kind of bad, you know. It's the both sides of the coin that met with each other that don't understand each other. The problem is she doesn't know social cues. She doesn't know. Like, she's been bedridden for quite a long time, you know? So she doesn't have like really that much social cues. It's a thing that she has to learn slowly through time and everything. But, you know, she may be older, but the problem is she's not there yet to the point of like understanding of like kind of like reading the room kind of situation, you know? She's not there yet.
So how the hell do you feel uncomfortable, bro?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? All you gotta do is if you felt girl,
So embarrassing.
girl, be honest.
Be honest.
If you was really uncomfortable, excuse me, I don't want to talk no more.
Mm-hmm. A 17-year-old can tell you that. Wow. Tell you.
He's not wrong.
This is not serious. Okay, this is
He's very
XUC
not wrong on that.
responding to Rakai response.
How the hell are you uncomfortable when literally she said, ask me anything? Girl, be honest. If you was really uncomfortable, excuse me, I don't want to talk no more. Feel me? All you gotta say, I don't want to talk no more, or like turn the person on holding the camera and stuff to walk away. That's it.
He's actually correct. If something makes you so uncomfortable, if you say that you were shaking, either speak up for yourself or not to turn it off. Because if you're an iPad, you have to turn it off. Guys, I can debunk this. The iPad has no vibrate mode, does it? Phone does that one.
She's been on the internet for quite some time, to be honest.
He's right. Oh my god, man.
But I think I don't want to say anything, but it could be the people that she surrounds herself specifically, kind of like coddling her, taking care of her, you know, because of her, like, you know, the problem that she's going through, you know, that could be a thing, right? That there is a thing, there is groups like that that coddle people, you know, like kind of like, you know, hold them like a baby, basically, you know, because of their illness or any of that sort of nature. That's a thing that's been there for quite some time, you know, even though those people who have, you know, the disadvantage in life or so just want to still be treated normally. But then you have those people that are trying to like treat them like extra special, but they don't want that, you know. Unfortunately, she surrounded herself with those kinds of people and individuals. Who knows? Maybe I could be wrong at the end of the day, right? But this is just a theory, right? And then, well, Lord and behold, when you interact with normal, actual individuals, right? This is pretty much is what you're gonna get at the end of the day, you know. I wonder if the de-escalation ever even crossed her mind. I'm not too sure, to be frankly honest.
Fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. You can ask me anything you want, Terror Wars, by the way. I had no reason to apologize. It's basic human interaction.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay, I think that, in a way, IronMouse not leaving the house much makes her overly excited about basic human interaction.
Yeah.
Something as simple as someone asking what you look like becomes a bigger deal.
Yeah, because I get interactions or so to my voice. In general, that's the thing I always get consistently about my voice. They're always like, oh wow, why do you sound like that? Or like, wow, this and that and all this other stuff and blah 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 blah, you know. It's a consistent thing that I always get all the time, and I always tell them all the time of like how my voice became like this, why my voice became like this, what did I do, and all this other stuff. That's just a thing that some people always ask all the time, you know, and I always tell them the answer specifically. I don't know, maybe she got overstimulated and got uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, King, she asked the question of inviting them in to ask her anything. And even then, if she was uncomfortable, she wouldn't be laughing in this interaction to begin with, you know? I do like your voice. I don't like my voice to some degree, but I still, you know, I slowly accept it over time, just a little by little, so. Sorry, but if Mouse had done all this, turn off, walk away, etc., then the story would have been, oh, she didn't want to speak with the majority of black people, races, this and that. Well, no, she could just, the problem is she doesn't know social cues. The reason why she said like, nah, it's okay, you don't need to ask me anything, you know, it was nice meeting you guys, you know, all this other stuff, great, you know, and all that, you know, just kind of end it in a more softer way, you know, but not come off so very rude in this sort of interaction with them, because at the end of the day, they're kids, you know. Like, yeah, like the Asian guy is probably in his 20s, but he's in his early 20s though, so he's still a kid at the end of the day. You're still a kid. You still haven't really fully matured yet at the end of the day. So, like, these two are kids, you know. I probably would have fun with them, you know, and be like, yeah, man, I'm like, you know, I'm ugly as fuck, man. I'm like a guy from Gonda or so. I would do the joke or so that's like in the VTuber industry for quite some time, you know, as in like, every female VTuber is a guy in disguise with a voice changer who lives in their mom's basement with a neck beard and are 400 pounds or 500 pounds or whatever, you know. I just probably would do the joke, you know. I would do it because it's just a running gag or so that's been there for like eons, you know. It's the same thing with the joke or so where like when a woman speaks in a Call of Duty lobby, they say, you know, get back to the kitchen and make me a sandwich, you know. Or like, girls shouldn't be playing video games, you know. It's a running gag. It's been there for a long time, you know. It's just something you just get used to it. Even Sea-Dog is right there smoking a cigar. No, he's drinking.
Than it really is. And I don't think that she should have reacted that way. The problem is, this situation has changed how many people view VTubers. They now see us as socially awkward or unable to handle basic questions or interactions. This is frustrating because it gives people the idea that VTubers aren't real people or can deal with normal situations outside of streaming. IronMouse's reaction only made the stereotype worse. Instead of seeing us as approachable and normal, people are starting to think we're overly sensitive or strange. I understand why people feel
this is the problem that I personally like. Yes, I am a VTuber, but I'm not part of the VTuber community because I don't cater to like the safe space, you know, like, oh, let me coddle you, you know, oh, you have some mental illness, here, let me hold you, you know, let me take care of you, oh, someone hurt your feelings or so on the internet, oh, don't worry, you're here, you're over here, you're in a good safe space. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It's the fucking internet. I'm like, someone said shit about you? Okay, well, then say shit back, you know? Man, if I was your mom or so, I'd be like, grow the fuck up, man. You wanna know something? You know what my mom said specifically to my older brother and me specifically? This is what she said. This is what she told us when we were young, okay? If you get into a fight, you better whoop the shit out of the other person, or else I'ma whoop your ass. And you'll know what actual real pain is. And then another thing too as well, and then she'll say this, if we're crying for something stupid or something like that, she'll literally say this to us: I'll give you something to really cry about, you know? And that's kind of like basically it. That's what she taught us specifically, you know? Like, honestly, like, that's a thing that, like, I wish some parents would have taught to their kids, because I feel like that's an actual, like, good thing to teach or so at the end of the day, you know? Like, literally, my mom would tell me, it's like, to us specifically, like, even to my younger sister, so. Well, actually, I'm not too sure about my younger sister. It was mostly me and my older brother would say, like, if you don't beat the shit out of that person, if you get into a fight and you don't beat the shit out of that person, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And that's pretty much it. So that's kind of like basically it though. Like, that's overall like my older brother did get into a fight, of course, but he never like the funny thing about it, he never punched back or anything like that, you know? Like, he did get into a fight, but the funny thing about it, when he was telling me about it specifically, the guy kind of punched like a pussy, I ain't gonna lie, to be honest. So like, it didn't hurt whatsoever. So that's what he told me. So he never really fought back or anything. But it was just like, but it was kind of like, why would I want to fight somebody who's weaker than me? that's what my older brother said specifically. And that was pretty much about it. So
that way when a well-known VTuber like IronMouse reacts so strongly to such a simple question, it makes others believe that all VTubers are socially awkward.
Yeah,
this
that's
is
the
why it's
problem.
important for us to remember
Not
that
everybody
being
is
too
socially
immersed in the
awkward.
internet and staying indoors all the time isn't healthy. It's crucial to maintain a balance and not take things too seriously.
Well, Neven, I stay indoors all the time because I don't really have much of a social life, but I've done a lot of social interactions during my school days, during when I was in the Void, also interacting with humans here as well. I've also interacted with people in the IRL world, in the workforce and everything like that. And that still carries on with me. But then also being raised by Mama Azathoth is also like a different situation itself, you know? But now in this day and age, you know, I've been more of a hermit now this day and age. I've mostly been staying indoors. I don't really have much interactions. Most of the people that I've used to interacted with back in high school, I hardly talk to them at all. But I still have like friends that don't really think this way. Like, they don't think this way. The way how like the internet is and everything, how certain people are. No, I still interact with people who are still normal. We still do banters. We shit talk about each other. We shit talk about every single race in the entire world, you know? Like, we still do like normal social cue stuff. So I haven't really lost that aspect. It's the problem is like the people you interact with is what molds and shapes you to be the person you are now. You know? Because humans are very like a spongy type of people. They absorb, you know, stuff from other people in general, you know? That's just kind of like how it is in general. Like, there's some words that I repeat over and over again when I say so a lot, you know? But it's just kind of like a thing that's been around for quite some time with the people I interacted with, you know? Because there are some people who said it quite a bit, and that's where I picked it up too as well. Plus also the same thing from your mom jokes. I got that from other people or so, and I just kind of like, you know, I just absorb. There's certain things that I absorb from other people. I just become, you know, I kind of like basically mold into it. But for me specifically, when it comes to like my mood and attitude for certain things and individuals and stuff like that, right? I don't be sensitive. I'm really not sensitive, because you want to know something? I grew up in Call of Duty lobbies. That's the reason why. We're talking about old school Call of Duty lobbies. So that's a thing that I just been for quite some time, and I was just molded by toxicity. And it makes me, I have a thick skin. That's it, you know? Like there are sometimes some things that irk me after a while or so, but it's very far few in between, you know?
Especially when it comes to kids who are just excited to interact with you. You brought this question upon yourself by opening the door to it. We need to show that we can handle these situations with ease and not let small things make us look overly sensitive. If we don't, we risk reinforcing the stereotype that we can't interact normally. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and have a great day.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a good video, to be honest, at the end of the day. I don't really hate the video, you know, so... Like, she is right, Neven is correct, and, you know, Rakai and, the Asian guy and everything are correct as well. It kind of sucks, though, because, like, the VTuber community has kind of, like, conglomerated these kinds of individuals in the community. So, you know, like, for the best example, right, I had an individual in my community who got upset at me and were literally like they were literally tapping in caps lock, like they were like basically yelling at me and everything, right? Just because I was watching an Asmongold video. That's the reason why. They got mad at me because I was watching an Asmongold video, but it was not even anything related to like the stuff that he usually talks. It's literally was about him talking about like the streamer stuff, the women or so that were like basically streaming on the side of the road and everything, basically what's happening in China. That was it. That was literally the video. Why I know this? Because that was the most vivid thing that I can remember, because it was this guy was crashing the fuck out in my chat for no apparent reason. Just because he doesn't like him doesn't mean I do. I like Asmongold. I love Tectone. I love Rev Says Desu. I like, you know, a lot of my content creators that I watch are so Moist Critical too as well, you know? Do I agree with what they all say 100% of the time? No, of course not. I agree to disagree, but we can still come in terms to be like, yeah, you know? And like, yeah, I agree with this at the end of the day, you know? But there are certain things that I don't agree with. But it doesn't matter. I don't think of you as a bad person at the end of the day, you know? And that's kind of like it. You're watching Ball, man? Fuck this, I'm out. Yeah, so they were following. They raided me a while back. And they followed me. And then when they showed up randomly in my chat because I was eating something or so, they were crashing the hell out in my chat. And they unfollowed me and said a bunch of random shenanigans. I don't remember what he really said specifically. And then he just left. And that was it. And that was the last time we've ever heard of that person ever again. And that was pretty much it. Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, I don't really like cater to those individuals who are crazy, who are mentally ill. We're here to hang out. We're here to have some good times. We have some laughs. We make fun of people. We react to some stuff. I do my gotchas, and then we jump into the main content of the stream. And that's it. So, but yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy, jazzy stuff. Honestly, there's some people that I just don't really interact with a lot at the end of the day. But you know, you still get, like, the way how I act right now is the way how I always interact. I don't really put on a persona. I don't really put on anything fake or anything like that. I don't really like fake my voice. I don't fake a personality, you know. I don't do nothing like that. The 100% of me that you see right now is the same thing as I am offline. My mentality, the way I think, the things that I agree and disagree, and just stuff like that in general. And that's it. But yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And honestly, this kind of makes a lot of issues for the EN VTuber community. Unfortunately, that she kind of like, you know, she needs to learn a little bit more social cues. That's like my only criticism that I have about her. Don't hate the girl. Why would I want to hate, you know, IronMouse? I support my Latina girl at the end of the day, you know, because, you know, at the end of the day, we don't have that much, you know, like a lot of like Latinas and Latinos being like super famous, you know. It's usually a lot of like I think if I remember correctly, I think like usually VTuber is mostly Asian dominated industry, And that's kind of like basically it itself. So, but yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.